Hi, I'm Maddie at Query. Most CSMs or renewal managers usually only focus on lagging indicators or one indicator to look at different accounts and when they need to be fixed. With this, there's a lot of different signals and it's hard to organize and keep track of them across all your data sources. I'm going to teach you how to do that simply with Query in about 10 minutes and also how to automate the process so you never have to waste time on it again. To get started, let's connect our data. So I'm going to connect support tickets, engagement logs, CRM data, and then project usage, which is everything we need to have to look at and know what's going on with a lot of accounts. So now that our data is loaded in, we can see displays it for us all right here, and Query will give us a brief overview saying that we have a comprehensive customer success data set, 4 interconnected sources, our total ARR, weekly usage records, our total tickets. What I'm curious about is what we need to renew soon. So I'm going to ask it to show me all accounts with renewal dates in the next 60 days. And I want it to tell me to include the account name, renewal date, contract value, and CSM over. Now that Query has run this, we can see that we have 14 accounts renewing in the next 60 days, totaling $411,000 in total value. We have one that's coming tomorrow, and we can see who owns the most renewals, relatively balanced each of them for. Before we dive in any deeper, I want to get a quick visual just so I can get a brief and a little bit better idea of what's going on. So we'll just say, generate a visual for this. So now we have our visual, and we can click into it, and we can see a brief description where we have the contract value, when it's being renewed, and who actually owns it, just to give us a bit more of a brief overview of what's actually going on. The ones that are coming up, the one that's tomorrow is only $9,000, but we have one April 30th, end of the month, owned by Dana. That's $39,000. So definitely want to touch up on her and on the account as a whole about that. That gives us a brief overview of what we should be looking at. What I'm more interested now is with these accounts that need to be renewed, are any of them technically at risk? Are they losing usage of the product, or are we losing focus with them? So for that, I'm going to tell Query I'm going to say for each renewing account, show me the 60-day trend in logins, support tickets, opens, and last CSM touchpoint. I'm going to say flag any accounts where logins dropped more than %, tickets increased more than 30%, or there's been no CSM contact in the last 45 days. Now that Query has looked into this for us, we have some new data of the compiled as it's looking through. We have our renewal risk distribution right here, so we can see 9 are at medium risk, $270,000 worth of value. We have 2 at high risk, but high risk, only 2 accounts, but it's also $71,000. That's pretty important. And then 3 accounts at low risk. And now if we look by accounts, we can see the login trends are really decreasing by some of these accounts, more than 20%. I mean, this one is all the way at no logins, which is not good at all for our customers or getting renewals. So in order to get a bit of a deeper insight into this, I'm going to dig deeper with Query, and I'm going to tell it to sort by accounts with service usage, decline, and post open tickets. Show me the top 20 accounts ranked by overall risk, with columns for usage, trend, ticket count, days since last CSM touch, contract value and renewal date. Just so we can get a bit of a deeper approach to what's really going on and where we need to work on. So now the query has run this for us. We can see that company 14 tops the risk ranking. It essentially gave every company a risk score, which is nice. We're seeing that some severe engagement drops, usage declines, high support loads, and there's a lot of revenue at stake for each. Just to get a better idea of what's going on, I'm going to tell the query to generate me a visual for this. So now that query has given this to us, we can see right here, we can see companies at risk in darkness is how many tickets are currently open for them. So definitely we want to look at 14, we want to look at 11, we want to look at 30, 28. I'm curious about which ones are happening soon. So I'm going to tell it to create a scatter for this with renewal date as one of the axes. It's one of the axes. Just so we can see what's coming up soon and what we need to work on soon. So now that query has generated this for us, we can click into it. We can see the upcoming ones, the upcoming renewal ones. We can see 18 days till renewal, risk score here. The color is by the tickets. So 1 day until renewal. What we really need to focus on, there's a high number of open tickets. It's not that big of ARR, so maybe we can let that one go. But we want to look at this right here. A lot of open tickets. It's a big contract. So it really shows us what do we need to focus on now, what are our biggest contracts, and where are they struggling the most. Now, one tool we can use with query is a categorize tool. And what we can do with this tool is help it to add stuff to the data to tell us what's going on. So one thing that I think that we could add is add a category column that essentially analyzes the biggest risk to the account. So I'm going to tell it to add a category column to the top 20 accounts by risk score data set that tags each account with its primary risk driver. This could be like low engagement, high support load, churn risk, or login decline. Now that query has done this for us, we can see it's added the primary risk driver to these 20. And see that high support load dominates, churn risk is severe. What I'm interested is for the upcoming renewals in this top 20, make a visual for their risk score and also who their CSM owner is. Just so before we go into a bit more of a final report, we can get one last look at what's coming up, what have we analyzed is the main risk for that, and also who's owning each of them, just so we can be prepared and try to renew as many contracts as possible. So now we can see that query has generated us this chart that shows us the companies, all the different risk scores organized by who owns them. So we can see that Alice owns the most accounts with in risk, but Charlie owns the most accounts with high risk. So probably conversation that should be had there. And right here you can see by risk per employee or per owner right through here. Now I really like all that we have here. Now some of this data, if you want to, you can export it by CSV. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take all the charts and create a dashboard. So I'm going to say take these charts from this conversation and create a comprehensive dashboard. So now we look into our dashboard, we can see our high risk of coming renewals, so the chart we created earlier, our renewal pipeline, our login trends, renewal risk distribution again, and then our scatter plot. We can click into, expand any of these. If you don't like any, you can go into edit. You can move them around. So if I want to see this on full screen, I can put this here, see it in full screen, always expand into any of them. You can edit the charts on the right here. You can automate this, so you can have it run every week or every quarter or every month, just so you're keeping track of your accounts, and essentially just so you can keep a better view of all the accounts and the CSM owners, and all data pretty much at the exact same time with the power of query. Thanks for watching.